He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference
okay.
where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is XP28. If this is your first time, welcome. We're doing some of the bucket endings and they're very funny. If you notice there, it said Stanley Parable 5 and that either choose me or the hole punch, which I think is really funny.
all of his co-workers
the intros into the beginning are extremely funny now.
To go to
very
the meeting room. Perhaps
stupid and silly.
The embrace of an old friend, a
yes.
weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
There are still a couple endings that we need to try and get with the bucket. We still need to get the whole ending with the bucket, and there is the vent ending on the right. We're gonna get the vent ending real quick.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
But that's the last ending over here on the right. I mean, we can also see what happens when I fall off the cargo, because I've never done that.
And here it was.
And I kind of want to see what happens. I know you probably just die, but
the bucket was wrong.
You know, who doesn't want to see what happens when your character dies?
To go back to the
I don't think I've ever seen Stanley die per se. Oh, actually, I have in the confusion ending.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
We're going.
The cargo lift. Yes, go there. Go to the cargo lift.
No. We're going inside of the vent. Hee. Okay. Very quiet in here. It's actually very spooky compared to... Hello? Narrator? Oh.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know.
Evidence 252.
Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Oh, it's a very different voice.
Euphoria.
Euphoria?
I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down, it doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so...
Goodness.
What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful. Because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Oh my god.
What's that? Who's there?
Strange, unworldly odd. What the f... Alrighty. My chair kept falling down as I was doing that. Oh, there it goes. Ah, dang it. Alright, hold on. Chair, stay. I hate this. just want my chair to be calm. I'm not heavy. I'm only like 180. This chair's just whack.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I say I'm 180. I'm only like 185, really.
To the meeting room.
I lied about 5 pounds, you know?
Stanley wanted to be a better man
Okay,
and a better co-worker.
there's
time,
one more ending
perhaps,
that's
he
on
would become
said
both of
right
those
side, and
things.
I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go to the hole. That's the one I actually want to see. All right, so we've come back, and the whole ending with the bucket was nothing. So
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very
not everyone's so lucky to
fellow.
have a bucket.
Very lucky indeed.
That's a little sad, but
Stanley
there are
clutched the
many
bucket
other endings to
tightly to his
get in
chest
here
and
with the
entered
bucket,
the door on his
and they're
left.
all on the left side now. So we've narrowed down everything that we can do.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more
I
than
need
ever.
it so much.
Perhaps his boss's office.
The
was
one
where
that I
he'd
wanna do
come into a
is-
staircase. Stanley and
this
the bucket
one.
walked upstairs to
Ooh.
the boss's office.
All right, come along, bucket.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
I
He
could.
considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Oh,
and in
okay.
such a competitive economy, why had he
So-
taken that risk?
So
All
this is
because he
still all the
believed
same.
Everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And
Yeah.
then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Bucket, bucket.
He looked down at the
Yes.
bucket in his arms. Am I crazy?
Am
He
I
asked the
crazy, bucket?
The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
Oh,
That's strange, Stanley thought.
Hmm.
Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
supposed to be my friend.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
Evil
And
bucket.
that's when Stanley realized,
It's
this
just a...
isn't my bucket.
Oh
It's
my-
just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might
Just got rid of my
experience
bucket.
without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
Very odd indeed. Very
Now
odd.
he felt himself floating
Oh,
off the ground.
okay, we're going back into
Oh,
this again.
Gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it.
Must find my
Far off
bucket.
in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Oh,
Stanley, Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them
buckets,
were his.
buckets.
None of them were his
oh
special
my God,
bucket.
there's so many buckets in here.
Come to me, Stanley. Find
Which one
me.
is it?
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to
my
his old
goodness.
friend. It was the only way to truly restore his
I
sanity.
think that bucket had
And
like...
then suddenly,
There's two buckets in each other
he was
there.
dead in his tracks. He knew where the
froze.
voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Where?
The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Whoa.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh my God. My chair went down. That was scary.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, okay, so we still have this.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Right away, she knew what the problem was.
What was the problem? Hmm?
This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all
Free
just
will
a
is an
video
illusion.
game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
Oh.
How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity.
The
on
bucket.
everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself. My life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
And she blackflipped all the way. I wish I could have seen that. What the heck? That ending's always funny to see because you like
All
the
of his
madness ending
co-workers were
or going
gone.
mad ending.
What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Give me
It
this
takes a lot
bucket.
of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent.
Oh.
Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded on. Stanley clutched
Okay.
the bucket tightly
Interesting.
to his chest and entered the door on his
Here we
left.
go. Okay, let's see. So what other endings over here do? I don't know if you can't get the
Still no one
indie
was
game
here.
ending because
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort
you have to
now
go
more than ever.
you have to go to the
Perhaps
blue
his
door
boss's
a bunch of
office
times.
was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the
And
bucket walked upstairs to the
You
boss's
can't
office.
because buckets aren't allowed back there. Which I'm assuming they just didn't want you to play the game for 4 hours. Is there anything different? Hello? I have my... Why is this door open this way? Nope, nothing else in here. Alright. Why'd the door close? This opened. Let's see. Elevator ride? Are you any different? It doesn't even close. Oh, it does. Alright, well, the elevator was nothing. Sad end again. There's gotta be something, I swear.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Nothing.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Let's see.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always.
Would be with me
the bucket
always.
would. And he knew it.
Oh.
The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
I definitely did not.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 284. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
I don't know.
Yes. This is certainly the
I want to know
logical
if
explanation.
he would have gotten mad there. I'm like awaiting. I want to see new stuff. Do you guide me in the dark hallway that this thing is? Nope. We walk into a wall. All right. Okay. So there are 3 endings we can get back here. Going up and down the elevator. That's one. Going to the escape pod.
The elevator
there's
raced
4.
downward,
There's 4. We
plummeting
can jump
towards
down
an
into
unknown fate.
the bottom television area.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for
There's
the
a couple
bucket.
more that we can definitely
Soothing
get.
him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Bucket. Mr. Bucket, do you want to go for a ride back up to the elevator? Let's go. Let's go.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Oh.
The bucket said nothing.
Huh? How did the bucket say something and not say something? Okay. Well, we're gonna go press number 3 now. Alright, let's see here.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
Okay.
He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Okay.
Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent.
Oh.
This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket.
Yeah.
How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him?
Don't you know
Once
the number
Stanley
3?
had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay. Well, how do I know when I've had enough of the number 3? Can I stay here longer and he gets angry? Hello? Mr. Narrator? Don't keep me waiting. Don't keep me hanging. I'm pressing the number 3 to... Come on. Number 3. Alright, whatever. He doesn't care about number 3 anymore. Alright. Neither does the bucket. Bucket apparently...
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
How could you not get it, Bucket? God. You know what, Bucket? You have to see the number 3. It's fascinating.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness
You don't
I
Stanley
feel.
Parable 2.
He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
All right, come on, Bucket. You're gonna enjoy the number 3 as much as I do. Okay, look how great it is to press number 3.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion.
See this?
He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing.
Nope.
The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I'm saddened. Come along with me, bucket. How could you not understand? The number 3. What really? What's up with number 3?
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's?
Why not,
The
bucket?
question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully
Come on,
with
bucket.
his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Do you like the number 2? What if you press a different number instead of number 3? Because we're listening to the narrator. Oh, I don't know. Come back up, Mr. Bucket. Oh, complete silence this time. Stanley does not say anything.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through
It's
the
the number
public
3,
eye
I don't
that the
get
bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Alright, come
For
on,
months,
Mr. Bucket.
he advertised and marketed his press conference,
I did?
building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further.
Did World Peace Baby still
When
there?
the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been
To stage
for anything in
all
his life.
3s. Word 3.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over.
3.
One opportunity
than
to share a
3.
true connection with a loved one.
The dude who came up with pizza.
There was no one here.
Oh my god.
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen
What
to
it
him talk
really
about
means
what
to
it really
number
means
3 on the keypad
to
over
press
and over
the
again.
number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved,
That's hilarious. Oh my
uninteresting.
god.
He was a failure.
Oh.
And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
Oh my, this is a
There
sad
would
story.
be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
This is a
They spoke
this is a
less
terrible
and
ending.
less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence
I hear someone cough. Is
that
someone there?
consumed the space
Who was that?
between friends.
Who coughed? Speak.
And Stanley,
Speak now.
having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship,
And then number 3
was
apparently.
cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Wow. This took a dark turn. Oh, the door was open. Could I have gone back? I don't know. Oh. Okay. The end is never the end with the loading. Oh. There was a text bubble there for like 0.2 seconds. I wonder if that was just from the last one that was loaded. Well, sadly, the whole ending was sort of a big disappointment. I was really, really hoping that there'd be something different there, other than you see the bucket with you. But oh well, we still got a bunch of more endings. Let's see. We have the going down the black hole inside of the with all the televisions. We have the escape room. We have turning on the mind control and turning off the mind control. I think those are the last ones. I don't think there's any more. I mean, I could see what happens if I fall off the cargo. That'd be kind of funny. But yeah, we'll have a couple more of those endings, and then I have a long 4 hours ahead of me to press that stupid baby button for 4 hours. Oh god. That's gonna be fun. Sort of. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for watching so much. If you haven't seen already, I've recently hit 100 subscribers. I probably should have mentioned that earlier in the video, but I like playing this game. It sort of like just grabs in my mind and it's like, all right, we're doing this now. But if you made it this far and if you haven't seen that already, I'm doing a giveaway of $100 of whatever you would like. I was at first, you know, I was like, oh, maybe I'll give away a $100 headset, but you know, people don't always want headsets, so I'll work with what you want for $100 if I can get it, you know. Yeah, but if you haven't seen that, you should go watch that video, do what the rules are to join the giveaway. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the channel and all of the random stuff that I'll be doing with it. But if you haven't already, consider subscribing, liking, commenting, all that fun stuff. Yeah. I'll make sure to catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen
What
to
it
him talk
really
about
means
what it really
number
means.
3 on the keypad over and
Press
over
the
again.
number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved,
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
uninteresting. He was a failure.
Oh.